face the jury and hearken to its verdicts.
State of Wisconsin versus Kyle Rittenhouse. As to the first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the third
Kyle Rittenhouse acquitted on all charges. Jurors reached their verdict today after 3.5 days of deliberation. The 18-year-old faced 5 felony charges for killing 2 people and injuring 1 other during unrest in Kenosha last year. The defense argued he shot the 3 in self-defense.
Things have largely stayed calm in the 3.5 hours since the verdict came down.
Our Brad Hamilton has been outside the Kenosha courthouse all afternoon. Brad, what can you tell us?
Yeah, the focus, like it has been throughout this entire trial, has been on the courthouse steps behind me, where, as you can see, it's empty at this point. And really, throughout the day, we only saw a couple of skirmishes here or there as people on either side of the decision argued back and forth. But really, other than that, things remain pretty calm. As a matter of fact, I mean, I look behind me, I look to the side of me. For the most part, it was about 90% media. I would feel like, I mean, outside of about 20, 30 people arguing back and forth on the steps, really the focus has been on this courthouse, and it's been pretty much media. And then you can see to the sides of me that there are sheriffs on every corner. You saw deputies surrounding this courthouse and helicopters flying out over our heads throughout the day. And really, again, things remain calm. And there was this eerie silence almost a quietness. We were all kind of expecting something to break. You saw some moments of tension, but really nothing came to fruition. Now, this is, again, only 3.5 hours after the decision, but it's something we're going to continue to monitor, and you can still hear helicopters flying over above. You can still see a police presence going, surrounding this area as well. And we did get to speak with a woman who is from Kenosha, who came here, who heard those helicopters earlier, and shared why she decided to come to the courthouse.
What had happened over a year ago now, and it was pretty traumatizing, so I was just making sure everything was safe because I have kids.
Now remember, Kyle Rittenhouse today was found not guilty on all 5 charges he faced, 2 of which were first-degree homicide. Again, all 5 found not guilty. We are going to continue our coverage from outside of the courthouse. For now, reporting live in Kenosha, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
Brad, thank you. Though Rittenhouse himself has not yet commented on the outcome of his trial, his attorney says the 18-year-old is ready to move on.
Our Brady Mallory joins us now with a recap of today's verdict in the courtroom and reaction from the defense. Brady?
Well, it took nearly 4 days of deliberation for the jury to decide not to convict Rittenhouse on any of the charges he faced. As a jury member read each verdict, Rittenhouse became more and more emotional. And after all of them, it appeared someone had to help him back into his chair. And then he hugged his attorney. Well, some of those charges include attempted homicide, 2 counts of recklessly endangering safety with a deadly weapon, and the most serious charge, intentional homicide with a deadly weapon, which would have carried a life sentence in prison. His attorney, Mark Richards, had this to say after court wrapped up.
Kyle is not here. He's on his way home. He wants to get on with his life. He has a huge sense of relief for what the jury did to him today. He wishes none of this would have ever happened. But as he said when he testified, he did not start this. And we're thankful in more ways than one that the jury finally got to hear the true story.
This criminal trial is over, but this may not be the last we see of legal proceedings in the Rittenhouse case. The victims' families could file lawsuits in civil court, but we haven't seen that happen at this point.
All right, Brady, thank you. Criminal defense attorney Jessa Nicholson has been following the trial with us all week long. She joins us now with reaction. Jessa, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, it's been quite an afternoon.
You were with us on our live coverage over the noon hour, and we were all kind of surprised how quickly that came this morning.
Yes, indeed. I don't think anyone was expecting it. I think because they had been out for so many days, people were thinking maybe they were heading towards hanging, and I didn't think they were hung, but I didn't think we'd have a verdict today.
What
so.
was your reaction to the verdict?
I'm not entirely surprised by it. Some people thought that because they were out so long, it would be a compromise. As I've consistently said, these are complicated instructions. It made sense to me that it would take a while to analyze them.
If you were the defense attorney in this case, would you have put Kyle on the stand?
I think that that is a very difficult call, and I think different legal experts have different opinions. I'm a lawyer in the Midwest. So is Mark Richards. So is Corey Trafficy. Midwestern juries like to hear from defendants. Furthermore, this is a self-defense case. It's hard to argue an affirmative defense without having the person whose story it is tell it. So I would have made the same decision.
Is there any grounds here for any kind of appeal regarding the judge's decisions or the judge's behavior in court, or is that just in the court of public opinion and this case is now closed?
That is totally in the court of public opinion. Kyle has been acquitted, so there are no post-conviction proceedings, but there are no post-trial proceedings here. He might choose to pursue other litigation, but in terms of remedies for perceived state abuses or perceived judicial abuses, there are, the Office of Lawyer Regulation or the Office of Judicial Conduct, and that's really it. It'd be a separate proceeding.
Do you think the defense did a better job than the prosecution, or the prosecution overcharged in the case?
I think that the defense had the stronger facts, and I think the defense put in better evidence.
Yeah, the prosecution had the burden, of course, and they did not meet that burden. Do you think it'll make it easier for people to accept the verdict based on the amount of time it took the jury to reach their decision, that they did a thorough deliberation?
I hope so. I hope that people have enough faith in our jury system to believe that people want to do it right. I know people are upset about this, but a lot of people that are upset didn't watch the actual trial. And it's easy to have opinions on things from what you see on a 30-second clip on the news, but this was a lengthy trial with a lot of evidence. And the jury took a long time considering it. I think they did their level best.
Do you think this case is going to set a precedent?
I hope it sets a precedent that we forbid news media from following jurors.
That's a good start.
But other than that, no, I think it's, despite all of the attention it's rendered, it's really, at the end of the day, a homicide case that had an affirmative defense. We see those a lot.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, put your hat on the other side for just a second, and what do you think the prosecution missed? Did they make mistakes, or did they just not have the evidence in this case?
I think that there was some insensitivity to the nuance for this. I think that they were very quick to assume that everyone viewed this as an issue of obvious homicide. I think they neglected to account for some of the sentiment that was there about self-defense generally. I also didn't find the way that they presented their video evidence to be persuasive. The single biggest mistake I believe they made, though, was a failure to prepare that surviving witness, Gage Grossman. I think that his absolute devastation via cross-examination was really what did it.
Some people were somewhat surprised about the judge's behavior at times. Do you think that had the jury wasn't in the courtroom at the time, but do you think it had an influence on the prosecutors and the defense?
It's my understanding that both sets of lawyers were very familiar with this judge, that they practice in front of him regularly. And is he a little quirky? Yeah, he is. Many of the fine members of the Wisconsin judiciary are a little quirky. And there is a jury instruction that says, if you have any impression about what the judge thinks, you should disregard it. We have to believe that jurors follow the law. So I think that they worked hard to set whatever impressions they had of him aside.
Well, Jessa, we cannot thank you enough for all of your help this week, guiding us through this very interesting and very complicated trial. Thank you very, very much.
Absolutely, and thanks for putting up with tech issues and dogs and,
Who's babbling in the background there?
Got a full house there. Jessa, thanks for being with us all this week.
Jessa. Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend.
Well, Madison police have their special events team on standby for tonight in preparation for any protests downtown.
That's where Naomi Coles joins us now. Naomi, what are you seeing downtown?
I took a walk around the Capitol block just before the 4 o'clock show started. Things are really quiet. It's a quiet, peaceful Friday evening. We have seen some social media posts from local Madison-based organizers talking about potentially organizing rallies, protests this weekend, but so far tonight it's quiet out here. I did talk to Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes yesterday afternoon about how they're preparing. As you mentioned, they have their special events team on standby. They have staffing holds in place this weekend just to make sure they have enough people out here if needed. They also have a command post ready. One thing they're looking to implement over this weekend, if needed, is goals outlined in a report released earlier this week with 69 recommendations that the Madison Police needs to implement after last summer's protest. One of those, adaptability. One that for the police chief, that means pulling disruptors out of the small groups of protesters so that stuff can continue without any disruption.
No, I can't control what people do. Some people may come here and they may be angry, and I get that. But the way you manifest that anger, if it's disruptive or if someone gets hurt, then we have to deal with that so that the protests or the demonstration can continue.
Chief Sean Barnes also told me they've been talking to community organizers. They've been in a lot of touch with community leaders just in advance of this weekend, just to ensure everyone is on the same page. Now, to emphasize here, the police goal, he says, is to protect the safety of protesters, to make sure things stay peaceful, and to protect that First Amendment right to protest.
Naomi, thank you.
When returning to the White House today after taking a trip to Walter Reed Medical Center for his annual physical and a colonoscopy, President Biden was asked whether he stood by his past comments equating Kyle Rittenhouse to white supremacy.
Do you stand by your past comment equating him to white supremacy?
Well, look, I stand by what the jury has concluded. The jury system works, and we have to abide by it.
On his way back to the White House, the president appeared to nearly take the wrong path before being redirected by a Secret Service agent. You just heard from President Joe Biden, but what do our local lawmakers have to say about the verdict?
Our Tahlil Moeddin joins us from the newsroom now with their reactions. Tahlil?
Wisconsin lawmakers are sharing very differing opinions on the not guilty verdict coming out of Kenosha. Republican Senator Ron Johnson tweeted he believed justice was served, adding he hopes everyone can accept the verdict, remain peaceful, and let the community of Kenosha heal and rebuild. Meanwhile, in a statement, Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin saying the opposite, admonishing those celebrating the ruling. She said, "It's disrespectful to the lives lost," adding, "I am deeply concerned that it will encourage more tragic gun violence from those like Kyle Rittenhouse who think they have a license to take the law into their own hands." Both senators, however, along with Governor Evers, are calling for peace. Evers saying, asking those who choose to protest to do so safely. Locally, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway called the jury's decision deeply disturbing, describing Rittenhouse actions as vigilantism masquerading as self-defense.
Well, thank you. Time now for weather. Dana's in the backyard. Kind of chilly today.
Nice to see the sunshine,
Yeah,
though.
that helps.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of sunshine earlier. Right now, it is a bit cool on the patio. Here's a live look over Madison with our WISC-TV Skycam. Of course, a few clouds still in the sky, and overnight, we're expecting that cloud coverage to clear out a little bit more. 36 for us currently in Madison with our breeze coming in the mid to low teens, so still breezy outside, and that will likely continue for us through the rest of this evening. Doppler track, though, staying quiet even with the cloud coverage overhead, and frankly, that little bit of cloud coverage should give us a really pretty sunset here in a few. Temperatures are still in the mid to upper 30s. With that breeze coming in from the south, that's going to help for a milder trend for our Saturday afternoon. For Saturday, high temperatures in the upper 40s, so climbing quite a bit from where we were today. Variably cloudy skies and certainly milder outside. I do want to take a quick look at our traffic conditions right now. Overall, the Beltline a little slow on the eastbound side. No accidents to report at this time, but it might take you a little longer than usual to get to 39 and 90.
Thank you. After taking a year off because of the pandemic, auto shows are returning. First up, the LA Auto Show.
When we come back, we'll go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs. He's in Los Angeles, and he'll have the highlights of this year's show when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
For a job you'll love, well, you gotta get down. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse. Every day you'll get to help so many pets in town. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse. We've been here 50 years and we're employee owned. With opportunities ounce candy bars.
Greenage burn. You try to make them stop the over-counter drop. Those drops you'll see probably won't touch me. I want to stay for the holidays.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back,
You may need to target inflammation. What? You may need to target inflammation. No!
over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating the eyes and may provide temporary relief. Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you are allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Eyes to release, symptoms decrease. Xiidra can bring lasting relief.
This holiday, ask your doctor about Xiidra.
Here at TSR, we transform outdated or damaged basement floors into beautiful, functional, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we don't just simply coat over your old floor. We repair all the cracks, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and will not be damaged by spills or standing water. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new basement floor coating will last. And from now until March 15th, we're offering 15% off your basement floor coating. This promotion also applies to any interior commercial coating project. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Well, all U.S. adults just got another step closer to becoming eligible for a COVID booster shot.
The FDA and the CDC have authorized a third dose, that's the word, of both the Pfizer and Moderna shots. The FDA gave emergency use authorization for booster shots for all Americans 18 and older, giving U.S. adults the choice of which vaccine to get. In a statement, the agency said additional data from real-world use enabled the FDA to reassess the benefits and risks of boosters for all adults.
But the benefits of vaccination still outweigh any risks of side effects from the vaccines, simply because COVID is being transmitted across the state at very high rates, and the illness is not something one would want to experience.
The FDA decided to expand the emergency use authorization after a phase 3 trial showed boosters are safe and have an efficacy of 95% against symptomatic COVID-19. Officials at the CDC voted unanimously today to open the shots to all adults 6 months after they completed a full course of coronavirus vaccinations.
SSM Health is partnering with area schools to host COVID vaccine clinics for kids ages 5 through 11. Families stopped by Glenn Stevens today to get their children vaccinated. The district expects to distribute over 300 vaccines today and tomorrow.
We feel like it's really important for kids to get vaccinated. It's, our mitigation strategies are layers. We're definitely doing amazing at wearing our masks and social distancing here at Stevens and doing everything we need to do to keep our school and our staff and students safe. And having a vaccinated staff and vaccinated students just adds another layer of protection.
The Glenn Stevens Clinic is done for the day, but you can stop by Aldo Leopold or Thoreau Elementary Schools tomorrow to get the vaccine for your children if they're in the age group. For more information and clinic times, go to our website, channel3000.com.
The Goodman Community Center staff and volunteers will start distributing Thanksgiving groceries to more than 4,000 Dane County families this weekend. Earlier this year, organizers said they had hoped to provide 4,000 families with baskets filled with the fixins for a Thanksgiving meal. By the time registration closed, more than 4,400 families had signed up. Volunteers and Goodman staff will start packaging bags at 5 o'clock this evening. Distribution for the basket runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Monday, and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. So how many turkeys do they have?
So many turkeys. We had a donation the other day of like 400 turkeys in one wok. And there'll be a lot of turkeys. We got 4,000 families to feed, so lots of turkeys.
Lots of turkeys. Community members who want to help meet that need can find a list of needed items on the Goodman Center website. Donations can be dropped off during distribution hours all weekend. Anyone who's unable to drop off food donations but want to contribute can make a financial gift online. Monetary gifts will be used to purchase items still needed for the baskets. A fourth wave of COVID sweeping over Europe has traders rattled on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell 268 points, ending the week at 35,601. The Nasdaq managed a 63-point gain, but the S&P 500 fell 6.5. Well, after a year off because of COVID, the LA Auto Show is back. Doors open today.
Los Angeles, of course, is a city dominated by cars, which this show...
which makes this show.
The show in LA, it's one of the biggest of the year.
Yep. Our Harvey Briggs is at the show. We spoke to him earlier about this year's show and the emphasis on electric vehicles. So, Harvey, what's the highlights this year?
Well, the highlights this year at the LA Auto Show are all electric or electrified. That's really the story here. You've got a ton of new electric vehicles out there, from Fisker that I'm standing next to here. This is the new Ocean. It is an all-electric vehicle from a new manufacturer. It has some really cool content in it. Not only is it an electric vehicle, but a lot of the materials used to make this vehicle are recycled. So it's that super eco-friendly type of vehicle. You've also got electric vehicles from Subaru, from Toyota, you know, a whole bunch of manufacturers, because LA and this market, that's what it's all about. But it's not all electric. There are also some other things here, like the new Nissan Rogue Turbo. The Lexus NX is all new, and they do have a hybrid version of that. And a ton of other great new vehicles as well.
That Ocean is a really nice looking car. How much would a car like that cost?
Well, this one starts at around I believe it's $37,000, but you can option it all the way up to close to $60,000. So again, like all vehicles now, there are a number of different price points depending on the size of battery, the number of motors that you have in it, and obviously the technology that you're going to include. But they're trying to bring this in at a very affordable price point for an electric vehicle.
And with the tax credit, it'd be under $30,000 for the base.
Yeah, it would be right around that. So, you know, how many of those are they going to make and all of that? This won't be available until late next year. They're talking about November now. But it's something that people can go check out on their website and take a look at.
This is the future that we're looking at, right?
Very much so. I was talking to some folks at one of the big analyst firms called IHS Markit, and they are saying by 2030, 34% of the vehicles sold in the United States will be battery electric vehicles. So you're talking about 4 to 5 million electric vehicles sold in the U.S. in 2030.
And the show being in L.A., of course, that's a big electric market. Is that going to transfer across the country back to here in Madison?
It will. It'll take some time. You know, the infrastructure here is a lot better. High-speed charging is available here in more places. But it is coming to the entire country. More rural markets, it'll take longer to adopt. A city like Madison, I think, will move pretty quickly.
What is the difference between an electric car and an electrified car?
That's a really good question. There are really 3 stages of electrification. You have mild hybrid, so like the traditional Toyota Prius. You have a battery, a plug-in hybrid vehicle, and you're seeing many of those now, where you plug that in and you get about 45 miles of range out of that before the electricity runs out and the gas engine takes over. And then you have full battery electric vehicle like this one, where there is no gas engine and you just have to make sure it's charged all the time. So there are different stages of electrification for different types of people.
If you had to walk out of there with 1 or 2 sets of keys, which ones would they be for?
Oh, wow. There's some really interesting new vehicles. One I'm going to be looking at is the new VinFast E35. It's a small SUV, and it's from Vietnam, of all places. It's a new manufacturer. They were established a few years ago, and it's a pretty interesting vehicle. But for me personally, I might look at something not electrified quite yet and run out of here with the new Subaru BRZ, because I love my little sports cars.
A kid in a candy shop.
Yes.
Harvey, thanks for being with us today. Enjoy the rest of the show.
That's me.
See you later.
Great to see you, Harvey.
Guys.
Thank you.
And if you're headed to LA, the show runs until November 28th.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Get in a candy shop.
Yeah.
Thanks, Harvey. There's more to come at 4. It's Friday. You know what that means?
Our news hounds, Louie and Oliver, have the best animal stories of the week. They're coming up after Dana's weekend forecast.
To get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Now lease America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer, for just $389 a month, only at your local Ford dealer.
Now at Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs, $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Donate and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch today and get $100.
Take a look at this. Roads on Christmas Island off the western coast of Australia were closed as they turned scarlet, with thousands of red crabs emerging from the forest to begin their annual migration to the ocean. Large numbers of red crabs huddled, waiting to climb a crab bridge built to help the creatures cross the road. The annual migration starts with the first rainfall of the wet season.
That's fascinating. I've never seen that before.
They have those bridges, they have something like that in California so animals can go over the highways.
Yeah.
Not crab bridges. Watch your step.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Speaking of cool, it sure was this morning.
It is. It is a little chilly outside still. Now, it won't be quite as cool for Saturday. That's the good news for this weekend. But I do have some cooler temperatures on the way as we look ahead to Thanksgiving week. We'll break down your full 10 day right after the break.
You know what's frustrating? Searching for and enrolling into a Medicare health plan online. Scrolling and scrolling, page after page. Eventually, you feel overwhelmed and in too deep. Come up for air and visit with your local Informed Choice Insurance agent. We'll gladly show you your best Medicare plan options based on your medical needs and budget. This Medicare annual enrollment period, let Informed Choice Insurance Agency get you properly covered for 2022. Call us today.
Give your home an update during Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2021. Check out our great selection of Shaw flooring. From soft and luxurious carpet to durable laminate flooring and waterproof vinyl plank. You'll save with 11% off all of it. Add style and privacy with blinds and shades from Window Images. You can also get them trimmed to width for free. Update your window treatments now during Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2021.
Save big money at Menards.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Ashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
What makes Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it is Friday. Eyes are on the weekend, ready to enjoy a nice Saturday. Right now, still a little cool outside. Our Doppler track quiet throughout the state. Even with that cloudy sky overhead, here's a look over Platteville right now with our Queen Bee Radio sky cam. Now, we have had a few pockets of sunshine coming through. Not enough to really help us warm up. Tomorrow it is going to get a little more mild outside. For Saturday, high temperatures will trend in the upper 40s, pretty close to 50 degrees in the afternoon, especially for areas south of Madison. There are a few light shower chances in the forecast for Sunday. Just a slight chance for us for the back half of the weekend, and then cooler temperatures expected as we look ahead to the start of next week. Our cloud coverage hanging out with us overnight. Temperatures early in the day tomorrow staying fairly close to freezing, and then afternoon highs will climb up thanks to that breeze coming in from the south into the upper 40s for Saturday. For Sunday, we are expecting a slight chance for maybe an isolated shower. It doesn't look like our models are bringing in much of a chance for us in the afternoon, but we could see a few isolated little drizzle spots pop up late Sunday. Otherwise, temperatures yet again trending a little bit up. Then we cool down for the back half of November. It looks like we're going to be pulling below average in our 6 to 10 day outlook for our temperature trend. Also seeing a bit of a a drier trend. Our 6 to 10 day chances pulling back on our precipitation quite a bit throughout the Midwest. So that carries us all the way through Thanksgiving week and heading into, again, the end of November, getting really ready for December right around the corner at that point. Temperatures tomorrow in the upper 40s for afternoon highs, variably cloudy skies, certainly milder outside for tomorrow, almost a 10-degree jump from today for most of southern Wisconsin. For Sunday, in the mid-40s for afternoon highs, that slight chance for a shower passing through in the afternoon, but it does look like most of the area will stay dry for Sunday. Sunshine expected for Monday and Tuesday, high temperatures, upper 20s, close to 30 for most of the area, especially north of Dane County. For Monday, sunshine on Tuesday, yet again with another rain chance building in for Wednesday. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, a slight chance for some flurries, but we're seeing a drier trend on Thursday, which is certainly good news, and more sunshine for the following weekend and heading into next week. So Wednesday, the big travel day, we'll be keeping an eye on rain. Thursday, of course, we want nice weather, and then Friday, for those of us that always spend Black Friday decorating for Christmas, that's what I really need the dry weather for Friday's
priorities.
Yes, that's my rank as we work through the week.
And a good day for the Badger game tomorrow.
And for the Badger game tomorrow, correct. Very mild temperatures, should be quite nice Saturday.
Looking pretty good all around. Dana, thank you.
Thank you, Dana.
Well, it has been a heavy news week. Time to lighten things up a bit.
Sounds like it's time for this week's edition of the News Hounds. Louie and Oliver, take it away.
The News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, it's a case of black and white.
Polar bear fun.
And a couple of clueless cats.
But first, a rare Amur leopard cub has made her public debut at the Santa Barbara Zoo. The cub named Marta spent about an hour in her outdoor habitat for the first time. Marta was born in August and had remained off exhibit since then in order to bond with her mother. Amur leopards are native to Northeast Asia and are critically endangered. They're also known as the Far East leopard, the Manchurian leopard, or the Korean leopard.
It may not look like it, but these two polar bears are having fun. Amelia Gray, the 5-year-old polar bear and newest Oregon Zoo resident, met her half-sister Nora for the first time this week. The two furry friends romped around Polar Passage, playfully sparring, chasing one another, and splashing into the saltwater pool. New officials say polar bear introductions can be very intense, and they take it slowly at first, but these two made it clear they want to be together.
A woman instantly bonded with a penguin during a recent trip to the Cincinnati Zoo. Izzy Meltzer posted this video on Twitter. It shows the penguin looking up at her and following her as she runs back and forth outside of the penguin's enclosure. What caused the penguin to become so fixated? Well, maybe it's her outfit. She's wearing a black shirt and pants, a white vest, and white tennis shoes. Meltzer says the interaction made her day, and the zoo posted the video, calling them BFFs.
Finally, it's a game of cat and mouse. This woman is in disbelief as she finds a mouse riding on her cat's back outside her California home. Her other cat on the porch also seems to have no idea what's going on. She grabs a dish towel from inside to remove the rodent from her feline friend. The woman carefully takes the mouse down the stairs and gently places it in the garden away from the house and her clueless cats, who obviously are not good mousers.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
Looking out there.
Exactly.
Not good mousers, I think is
I love that
accurate.
penguin story, too.
All right, coming up on Live at 4, we'll head back to Kenosha with our Brad Hamilton. He'll have the latest on the situation there.
And then coming up next hour at 5, we walk you through a timeline of the events involving Kyle Rittenhouse from the Jacob Blake shooting last August to Kyle's acquittal today.
The official Black Friday preview sale starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 42% off top brand appliances while they last. Plus special no-interest financing on appliances with no minimum purchase at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside the Ashley Home Store of Madison.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's a medicine specifically made for heart failure, Entresto. It's a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and 500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
For the pets you love, well, you gotta get down to Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, where your dollar goes to help so many pets in town. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse. Power your pets with Mounds brand dog power, perfect cat, and wild bird seed foods. They're nutritionally balanced, guaranteed fresh, and made in the USA. And every 11th bag is free. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
The grand opening of the all-new Ashley Home Store of Madison is on now. Don't miss grand opening specials up to 65% off while they last. Plus, no interest until November 2026. The grand opening sale is on now at the Ashley Home Store of Madison on East Springs Drive.
The verdict is in, not guilty on all counts. Brad Hamilton recaps the final days of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial live from the Kenosha County Courthouse.
Our up and down temperature trend will continue into next week. Saturday, our temperatures will be in the upper 40s, and by Monday, they'll be down into the lower 30s. My forecast of 5.
And ahead at 6, it's going to be a happy Thanksgiving for thousands of families. We'll show you how the Goodman Community Center is making that happen tonight at 6.
Well, with the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse today, our reporter Brad Hamilton has been at the Kenosha County Courthouse since shortly after the verdict was read.
He joins us now live. Brad, what's going on?
Yeah, things remain pretty calm here. Like we talked about it before, a lot of what was really contested happened at the courthouse steps behind me here. But for the most part, pretty much everyone has gone home except for media members and the sheriff's deputies that are controlling the area and the helicopters above us. Really throughout the day, you saw a couple arguments here and there on the steps. There were a couple of skirmishes, but again, for the most part, things have remained calm in the aftermath of the verdict. Now, again, Kyle Rittenhouse, as we now all know, was found not guilty of all 5 charges, including 2 charges of first-degree homicide. And it's something that is going to continue to be something we're going to watch throughout the rest of the night. And we'll keep you updated coming up at 5 and at 6 as we continue to kind of watch things here in Kenosha. But for now, live in Kenosha, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
Hopefully things will remain quiet through the night. Brad, thank you.
Thank you, Brad.
Well, Broadway is back at the Overture Center.
Our Michael Bruno goes backstage for the touring production of Fiddler on the Roof when Live at 4 continues.
One of our favorite Portage families here at the Portage Furniture Store, the Ayers family, that has grown a little bit since, yeah, he says high five. That's right. Since the last time we were here.
We sure have. Austin and I, proud 3rd generation owners, and now we're working on our 4th generation. We've seen generations of customers come through, and I think we take a lot of joy in seeing, hey, my parents bought from your dad, or bought from your uncles, or bought from your grandpa, and now Austin and I get to enjoy that ourselves.
How much fun is it on the days you come back into town and the 3 of you are together?
It's very special. Like I said, the longevity from when my dad and uncle started in 1940 to now, very special.
We're very, very proud to showcase predominantly American-made brands and companies that we've worked with for a very long time. We have a number of great lines, including Serta Mattresses, Smith Brothers, FlexSteel, La-Z-Boy, and England.
And not everyone has the Ayers last name, but everybody here, I know you guys consider family.
Yeah, we really have some wonderful people here, including, 2 salespeople, Rosie and Punky, who have been here with us from the very beginning, and we're really thankful for them.
Yeah, they really make you guys, they're the ones who make you all look good.
Yeah, they are.
No doubt.
And we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, he said it. I did. What are some of the biggest things that sets you guys apart?
The free delivery. Yeah.
They still got it. I was wondering.
We do.
Glad to hear it.
And on top of a first-class free delivery service, we're very proud of our huge selection of top name brand furniture at guaranteed low prices.
Well, with the free delivery, we've got a lot of stops, but I'm glad you're helping me. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. He's excited.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
We are still seeing those delays along the Beltline right now, eastbound, especially westbound. Just once you get closer to 151, things start to pick back up just fine. Downtown Middleton, a few slow spots, but it's Friday evening traffic. This is usually what we see around this time. No accidents to report in Dane County. For Rock County, downtown Janesville, smooth for 39 and 90 north and southbound. No major delays for us this evening. Again, Friday evening, this is usually what we see on the roads around this time. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes. Middleton to Sauk City at 16 minutes this evening. And anyone traveling from downtown to Sun Prairie, an 18-minute drive for us right now. That's a quick look at traffic.
Dana, thank you. When the U.S. reopened its borders, a lot of hugs happened in airports, and now there's research to tell us how to give the best hugs. Researchers from the universities of Bristol, London, and Goldsmith found that hugs where one person puts their arms around the waist while the other embraces the neck or shoulders are the most pleasant. And the hug's duration is important too. A short hug can be disappointing, so researchers say make the hug last about 10 seconds to deliver as much high level of happiness.
I like that. Don't let go.
Don't let go. Hang on. All right, it's been over 20 months since a Broadway production hit the stage at Overture Center in Madison.
Well, Broadway is back. Our Michael Bruno goes backstage for the all-new production of Fiddler on the Roof.
One of the biggest changes you'll see is the choreography. We have an incredible choreographer, Chofesh Shechter. He's an Israeli modern dance choreographer. And so while you will see some of the Jerome Robbins choreography in there, for example, the bottle dance and the wedding, you see a lot of very new, very fresh, modern, grounded choreography, and that really brings the show to life in a new way.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
Who is Seidel and what is her character?
So Seidel is the oldest daughter of Tevia's 5 daughters. And she is the first to break from the tradition as she decides who she wants to marry, rather than the tradition saying that Papa and Mama get to choose, Papa primarily, who I get to marry.
Matchmaker in our production, and I think in every production, but it's the inciting incident. You know, it's what really propels the daughters' stories, which propels Tevia's story forward in the fact that, you know, arranged marriage, and it's this very, very serious thing, and that Hadel and Chava don't really quite understand that they could end up with someone that they don't like.
Do you love me?
I'm your wife.
I know.
having a match is the way to start your own life and be your own person, which I think for Huddle is like the main thing that she really desires before meeting Pritchett, of course. But, you know, it's not the traditional matchmaker of throwing mops around. It's super serious.
So find me a match of my own.
It's a little more stressful and a little more darker than it's always been portrayed before.
Bart, our director, really wanted to strip it back at the beginning and get to the storytelling of that. That moment sets up the whole conflict for the rest of the musical, and wanted to really highlight the problem at hand, and also highlight the sisters' relationships with each other, teasing, and that they really want me to get married off so they can get married off. They want it to get it done.
Tradition. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof.
Wow. Fiddler on the
Love
Roof.
this show.
There's Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Tradition.
It's a tradition. It's Broadway is back in a big way. It's a very, very interesting production. It's all the songs that you know from the show. It's the storyline. They've changed a few things. The dancing is unbelievable this time around. They've really expanded almost all the dances, and the orchestra is amazing for this. It's a very small pit orchestra, but they are incredible. The sound and the professionalism is really just exquisite for the show.
Oh, just to have it back at Overture is such a great feeling.
Yeah, it really was. And it was a full house when we saw it. It was just really wonderful to see everybody back enjoying live theater again.
Boy, the three daughters are uber talented. Wow.
They are, and they're just babies. They're all in like early 20s.
But yeah, it's good to have it back.
I was in my early teens when I did high school, so.
Okay.
Yeah, because you played Tevye, right?
I did, my junior year in high school.
Oh, we should have found that video.
Tradition.
That would have been great.
It's Fiddler on the Roof at the Overture Hall tonight at 8 o'clock, tomorrow at 2 and 8, Sunday at 1 and 6:30. Tickets.overture.org. Check it out. All right, it's
ready.
Time.
It's Friday.
3, 2, 1.
It's Friday. Sorry, I was a little quick on the jump there, but I can't believe it's Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, and we're off next Friday, so have a great Thanksgiving.
That's right. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Jim. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
Now at Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs, $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Donate and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
The jury has spoken. Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty on all charges. Now we're keeping our eyes on the reaction outside the courthouse. Plus, how Madison police are preparing for the possible fallout here. We'll talk to Police Chief Barnes tonight at 5.
UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help to provide Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without holiday dinner.
Next up on News 3 Now at 5, continuing our coverage of the Rittenhouse verdict, we are live from Kenosha, Madison, and the newsroom. Brad Hamilton is outside of the courthouse. Naomi Coles is monitoring what is going on here, and our Talil Moadine has reaction from local lawmakers.
Stay tuned to News 3 Now at 5 and 6.
Here at TSR, we transform outdated or damaged basement floors into beautiful, functional, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we don't just simply coat over your old floor. We repair all the cracks, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and will not be damaged by spills or standing water. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new basement floor coating will last. And from now until March 15th, we're offering 15% off your basement floor coating. This promotion also applies to any interior commercial coating project. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
We are looking at variably cloudy skies for your Saturday, starting off the weekend. For the Badgers game tomorrow, will be mild outside with temperatures in the upper 40s. And then as we look ahead to Sunday, a little bit of a rain chance. Could see a few showers on Sunday and cooler temperatures for the start of next week.